Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to an episode of Formula 1 2020 My Team Career, this time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, so let's get right into it. So here I am out for my flying lap around the Baku city circuit. Now my first couple of runs weren't really too good, and that was because I was running a setup that I used on the multiplayer car on this circuit, so not really, well, my car's definitely, like my team career car is definitely not as good as the multiplayer car, which is like the best car like you could get. So I was running 1 front wing and 6 rear wing, which definitely did not work over here. I had to actually change it up to 4 on the front wing, and I'm pretty sure I actually changed it up to I changed it up to 3 front wing, and then during the race when I switch over to the second set of tyres I actually have to move it up to 4 because it was still not good enough. But huge improvement in the first sector. We actually go purple and we're a second up, and that's really what we need to get close to the front of the pack, as we are in P17 right now, which is definitely not good. Purple second sector, so now it is just this final run down, which we are going to lose time because we're definitely not running one front wing anymore. So let's see how much time we lose and where we end up in about like 10 seconds maybe, or even less. So it's going to be across the line. What is our place going to be? Where are we going to qualify? It's going to be a P4. So definitely a huge improvement on our P17. And it's definitely going to help us fight for the victory. So let's see, Valtteri from Bottas from Stroll, then ourselves over there in P4, Perez, and then Gasly in a brilliant P6. So let's see if we can move up to the podium position or even win this race.
And a warm welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today, so our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully away from the barriers. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Stroll, Red, Sergio Perez, and Gasly, Leclerc, Grosjean, Sainz, and Daniel Ricciardo. Kvyat, Vettel, Max Verstappen, and Russell, Magnussen, Albon, Lando Norris, and Antonio Giovinazzi, De Vries, Ocon. They've taken a grid penalty. King and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Okay, so here we are ready for lights out, of course starting P4 behind Stroll and directly behind Hamilton over here. And it's lights out, away we go, loads of wheel speed for Hamilton and Bottas, and we sneak down the inside into the first corner, into the lead of the race, which is going to be huge because of course I am fighting for the championship again this season. Hopefully it's going to go a lot better than in the last season, and we're about like 30 points behind Hamilton, so we really need to kind of close up to him, maybe a bit less. I'm not really sure how much points, but we get into the lead. That is huge for us. Skipping up to lap 2, we definitely don't have the straight line speed down that, especially when a car behind us is using an ERS, a rich mix, and of course has the slipstream. So I'm definitely going to have to watch out for that. And I'm going to definitely pull off some sneaky like maneuvers, like kind of pulling back and getting the ERS for myself, not for the person behind me, as we get a couple of like little small bumps over there, but luckily no damage to the front wing. I wish that I could kind of damage the rear wing as well, because that would kind of make it a lot better. On to lap 4, more fighting with Hamilton, just about barely being able to stay ahead on that long 1.4 mile straight. Well, not really a straight, but it's kind of like a run down to the line. It is really, really long. It's about like 20 or like... no, it's close to like 30 seconds, I think. But up to lap 4, virtual safety car. Kevin Magnussen is actually out of this race, so going to be able to save some fuel, save the tyres, but not really for that long, about 20 seconds. 20 seconds later we are out, and this is what I was talking about, dropping back, then get a better run out of that final corner, getting the DRS. I'm going to see how much the DRS helps. Over here, well, to be honest, so our setup, we're not really gaining too much, but we're going to send it down the inside like we did on the first lap. A bit of wheel bumping over there, but sending it down the inside once again. I really want this win. I really need this win to be able to stay in the championship fight, because this season is only 10 races long, so we're already 30% of the way through, which is already quite a lot. So we really need to be ahead, or at least tied with Hamilton on points coming towards like the 5th race. Now over here on lap 6 we do box for some medium tyres, and as I said, I'm pretty sure this is where I switched front wing down, up 1, up to 4 I'm pretty sure. And luckily we do actually stay ahead of Hamilton in the pit stops, which is good, because it's definitely going to be quite hard to overtake with my engine being on like 90% to like the ICE. So I really need to like shift up quite a lot faster and stuff to be able to like to be able to make it to the end of this race, because a DNF at this point would be huge, a huge loss for me, as people pit for the first time. For the second time we go up to the lead again and set a personal best lap time, with Perez actually having the best lap time, like the fastest lap overall. Now over here, that's why I said I kind of pulled back. Now I'm going to get the DRS down the long straight, because there's no way that I can hold him back, just kind of like without like any DRS, especially if he had it. We could just be able to breeze past and get into the lead. Luckily I do that, and I do maintain the lead. It was really hard, especially with this engine. I was definitely going a lot slower on the straights, and I don't think I show it, but there was actually smoke coming out the back of the car on like the last few laps. Like over here, this is actually lap 13, so the final lap they kind of dropped back but finally caught back up, and this is the final lap. It's a run down to the line. Who's going to get it? Stroll in the first place. Perez bumps and Stroll. Where did we finish? It was really close. Second place. That must have been a photo finish. It was really, really close, like in the last episode, or I know the end of the last season in Brazil, where we finished like 13 seconds off from Bottas.
Another Azerbaijan Grand Prix, a fascinating race and a well-deserved victory. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
The Racing Point team will be very happy with today's performance and the final result. Another display of excellent driving and excellent teamwork, and a well-deserved first-place finish. So then, it's time to see
So
how
Stroll
this result
takes the
affects
win,
Drivers'
us in
Championship.
second
What
place,
was
and
the best
Sergio
way
Perez
to grab
completes
championship leader?
the
Their advantage
podium.
at
I
the
actually
top
kind of forgot to
filled
mention that actually
after an incredible day of
Hamilton
racing. Who was your driver
hit on
of the
like
day, Ant? It's time to check
I'm
out
pretty
the
sure it's lap 9 or
constructors'
something. I think he had like
standings.
front
No
wing
change in the
damage
top
from like
spot,
Perez or
but
like
with
Stroll
today's
because he was
points,
fighting
their
with them
hold on
for
the lead is getting weaker.
like
There was
quite a
also
lot of
a
laps, so
going from
he
the
probably
McLaren
had some
team
damage,
today
and now
as
he
they
actually
make
walks
their way
away
up
with
the
0 points.
Well,
So that's
Ant,
going
an
to
end
help
to
us
another
huge, as we're only
fantastic
1
weekend of
point
racing.
away from him
Thanks
in
to
the
everyone
driver's
who's joined
standings.
us,
That's the closest
and
I've
we'll see
been
you for the
to
next
have
one.
the lead of the driver's standings, which is absolutely great. And in the constructor's standings, we're only 5 points away from Mercedes, so that's huge. And we might take the fight to with both championships, which is huge and going to be really, really fun. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.